Bouncing off the PVC. I guess it counts.
This shit's starting to piss some people off.
Yeah, it is.
Some people we know personally.
People get offended.
30 feet for bogey.
Stupid rules.
You gotta follow them.
Mm-hmm.
I guess in light of things these days, I guess some people don't need to, but I don't think we really need to get into that today.
Yeah.
With that said, let's distract everybody and invite them all back on to the Magic Cart Path ride.
Yeah. Hey there.
Ryan Westfall is the voice you hear. Zach Malosh.
Season 1, episode 30.
It was 39, yeah. 39.
Wow. That's my age.
It's funny how when we first started, the episode 7 was the big deal, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no one makes it past 7, which is still true.
Well, we made our next goal 100, right? So we're still trying to get to 100.
Yeah.
That's our next goal.
I think even 50 is a big one.
Well, we're getting there.
50 is huge too.
Yeah.
Oh man, big week. We're kind of playing a little catch up. Our schedule's a little off. Big guy over here is moving housing locations finally.
Next week.
And so things are going to be kind of fucking crazy, and we're just going to fit in shows any day of the week we can the next few weeks.
I think it'll be we're gonna do it on Friday, so you'll have us once a week.
Yeah.
Moving forward for a little while,
And with that, big thing in golf happened, which was the match number 2, and I'm pretty excited. I've been waiting all week to talk about this, so we'll do a brief little catch up on that one.
Let's talk about that first, man. That
for sure. But before we just start steamrolling everything, we got to get this off our chest right now. Get into it.
Oh, the album.
The replacement of the album.
Let's take Herb down.
Big Herb from last week. Herb Albert and the Tijuana Brass, yes. Ryan's random pick.
Let's see what we got, dude. Top of the list. The King.
Yes.
Elvis.
Yes.
This is pure gold. This is RCA. This is some sort of greatest hits. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at these heaters. Look at these heaters. Kentucky Rain, Fever, Don't Be Cruel, In the Ghetto. I love In the Ghetto. Loving You, All Shook Up. Oh, man. What a great. It's Impossible. What a great album. The King.
In the Ghetto.
Yeah, put that up there. Let's put that up there. In the Ghetto.
It's a great album. Oh, look at that microphone.
Elvis. Yeah.
Every time I see a banana, I can't help but think about that guy.
That fool used to have bowls of bacon around his house. Bowls of bacon that he would just like munch on. Just walk around his house and munch on bacon.
Man.
Yeah.
That's heavy to think about.
Yeah.
Because when they say all he ate was bacon and peanut butter sandwiches.
No, it was like the peanut butter banana sandwich. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, and then bacon also. I don't think those were two separate things. That's all he ate were peanut butter banana sandwiches and then bacon.
In his defense, they didn't really know the the capabilities of what bacon could do to the heart in those days. And from what I hear, he was popping a lot of pills.
I mean, I gotta say, in defense of his diet, even though he died by being
pretty
a swarthy glutton, yeah, peanut butter and bananas. Like, you could live off of peanut butter and
I'm
bananas.
pretty sure you could, right?
I think you could.
Yeah.
Those are good, but whatever. Maybe he's probably deep frying them or something.
I think bacon and Vicodin
and
on top of it.
A bacon, dude. A bacon cocktail.
Yeah.
Make it a bacon.
So those two concoctions, I don't imagine would be too well for you over.
It may not be good for you, but to Elvis, it was pure gold.
Oh, man, pure gold.
Hey,
speaking of which,
hey Elvis, we gotta win this. We gotta win this race. I hear Murphy, or I think who is it? Brooks? Is it Fitz and Brooks? They used to drop the Eddie Murphy Elvis quotes all the time. Yeah. Oh,
I can't even talk right now.
You okay, bro?
Oh man.
Yeah. Do you got COVID?
I hope not.
Yeah.
I know that doing it back on the workforce, and I got the vid.
I got 3 masks in my bag, man.
Well, we played some golf this week. And I think you're right. We should talk about the match real quick. Let's get that out of the way.
Let's get the match out. First of all, there was one great takeaway. When we think about the match in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 years from now,
Yeah.
we're all going to think of Tom Brady's shot where he ripped his pants, the microphone flew off, he holed it out from 140 yards or whatever, and then he told Charles Barkley to shut his
Pretty
mouth.
much eat a fucking dick.
Yeah.
Excuse
Shut
my
your
language.
mouth, Chuck. Words that I think I will hear in my brain for a long time. That's my memory. What'd you think?
My takeaway was it was very enjoyable. I mean, obviously, everyone has mixed reviews, but I think it wasn't as much as a snooze fest as the TaylorMade.
Agree.
It was definitely way better than the match itself, I thought.
Agree also.
The match was cool, but this was way better. It sucks that it rained on the day they finally played because it was sunny all week, but they still played with it. The commentators being able to talk to everybody was super cool.
Bro, I got to say, Justin Thomas,
Justin Thomas live on
he
scene. That
was exceptional.
he was good.
He was better than Tirico. He was better than I want to say he was sorry. He was the best commentator of that broadcast. I'm going to say that.
He's way better than Barkley.
He crossed the line when he called Chuck a fat ass. He doesn't have that much clout to be crossing the line, toeing the rubber, if you will, on comments like that. Did you hear that?
I didn't hear that.
He
but
called Chuck a fat ass.
I could argue. But
And
yeah.
even Charles Barkley said, you can't call me fat on TV. And I was like, well, it's kind of
That
like,
is true. You do that on the side. You do that on the golf course.
yeah. But
But you know what? Fuck Chuck though.
He did so well though that he even got away with that to where it's not even a story. And
and to be honest, I didn't even hear about it until you mentioned it. That's crazy.
I got to be honest.
Good for him though.
I
Fuck
put a
Chuck.
high premium on the ability to commentate a golf tournament because this is why I love Jim Nantz and I love Gary McCord and I love Peter Kostis. And, parts of Johnny Miller got me sometimes. Johnny Miller's like Gary Radnich. Like, sometimes he's really good, but it's just like a little bit too much of him. And he's just... But what I'm saying is I'm picky. And as a golf viewer, you watch the tournament and you rely on the narration of the commentator. He's your only, voice to guide you through the tournament. So if he's annoying as shit... Paul Azinger, or if he's really, really good, like Jim Nantz, or these guys, the CBS guys, Dan Hill's really good on NBC. It's just that's my opinion, but you know what I'm saying, bro. You got to be good, and Justin Thomas, pretty good.
Yeah, way better than the Zing, for sure.
Yeah,
100%. Got to the point. Probably helps being a player. Johnny Miller being a player, I think he gave too much insight, and he gave his opinion way too much, and I think that's where Faldo kind of faults.
Bang. Faldo's even better than Miller. Faldo's getting better and better. I think
Faldo's great.
And
he's
don't
been
give
doing
him
it a while.
I got to give Miller the credit, but you nailed it on the freaking head, man. To have player insight and to have your opinion reflected on the broadcast is valuable in moderation. And Johnny Miller,
It was a little much.
he just goes too far.
It was the best, but it was a little much.
Yeah, true.
So, yeah, nothing really stood out to me that bugged me about it. I thought, except the rain. I think that sucked because everyone had their vests on, so it blocked the mics.
Yeah.
So the sound was a little funky. But watching Brady spray it all over the course, that guy is not an 8 handicap. That is good. No. If Brady's an 8 handicap, then I'm an 8. That's straight up. You know what I mean?
I don't even know. I can
And
go
then
so many
you're a
places.
5. And you shot a 77 the other day, so I mean, technically you might be a 7 or an 8 yourself.
Honestly, Brady, I could see where he can be good, and I'm gonna give 2 benefits of the doubt, big time, weather and pressure, the cameras, the crew. You're playing with Tiger Woods, and I don't care if you've won fucking 58 Super Bowls. You're playing with the best golfers in the world. Like if I was playing with Tiger and Phil, I like to think I could hold my shit together. You got to give a little bit of credit to the pressure that they're under, especially with the cameras and all that. Then you got wet grips and rain and all that shitty. But I mean, man, they did not look good. You're so right. They did not look. And we've been saying this before.
Yeah.
And we were texting on our little text thread like, we're better than these assholes. You know, I mean, we're tongue in cheek a little bit, but I'm like, I want to play Brady and Manning. Manning's a better golfer. I'll give him that.
Yeah. And not that there's too much more to talk about the match itself, and this is a good digression into the next thing that you just touched on is, and being that we work a pro-am, we've seen it a lot, and the first thing that we've started with is just the fact that like we definitely judge the amateurs quite a bit.
Yeah,
we're the same age, if not younger. You know, some of our favorites are way older, but a lot of the guys are our age, just not maybe just a little bit older, like JT. Some of the baseball players. Our
competitive
and stuff like
juices kick in when we see these fools play because we're like,
well,
I wonder.
Especially when they come through with like a 5 handicap, 8 handicap, 11. Like Ray Romano's handicap is true. That guy is not a very good golfer. You know what I mean? And I think it might even be too low.
And when you see them hit poor shots in front of you, I mean, pressure, smesher. Like,
pressure, nothing.
At a certain point, you
it's
just
a 4-day tournament. You got to figure it out at some point.
Yeah.
What are you doing out there? You know. But here's the competitive in me already that is in you as well. It's like that's the thing though that probably I think frustrates me with the amateurs. It's like for what I just said. You have 4 days. I mean, like you were just saying. You would like to think you could keep your composure. And I would tend to agree that yes, you could, and that I would as well. And especially 4 days.
Yeah.
At some point, you have to get comfortable with the player you're with, the guys you're playing with, and your game.
Well, comfort is key, but it's your mental. It's what you're bringing to the game mentally and what you're prepared for, or just how you respond.
Yeah.
I mean, my only. For myself, I like to show off like I'm fucking like a hot dog. So like I like to rise, unless the pressure gets too intense and it backfires and goes the wrong way, like a bad mushroom trip. But if everything's good, I could get in the zone if I'm trying to show off. Like that's just whatever. So
I'd love to see you in a pro-am, man. That'd be amazing.
That would just be glorious. I wonder if I could turn it on or if it'll get the best of me and then I don't take an unplayable lie and I get a 9. I don't know. You never know what can happen.
Man, we should throw it out. So it did happen to a...
Wait, I got to say one more thing about the match before we move on.
Yeah.
Is that I rooted for Tiger and for Tiger and Peyton.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that they won. I love Tiger. Yeah. And I really I like Peyton. But if I'm going to go pick any two dudes to go play golf with, it's going to be Phil and Brady. Because...
I think so. I think
Phil
it's a good time.
Looks like he's just super fun. Like, I will eat it up, dude. Tell me what you're doing on your chip. Like, I don't want to take too much of the advice on the course. That's dangerous.
Yeah.
But if you want to tell me how you think about a shot, and just to give me a little bit more information.
Tell me how you make money.
Yeah, let me get inside your mind.
Yeah.
Let me talk to your financial trading person. Like, whatever, Phil.
I want a portfolio, too.
What's your calf workout? Well, like, let me in your mind,
I love the gym, Phil.
Let me in your mind.
Yeah.
And he does that. He lets you, he's like, this is what I do. And he loves it. And then Brady has this weird... casual, arrogant, like coolness to him.
There's like a Bay Area vibe to him, though.
Bay Area vibe. He is one of us.
Kind of a natural.
He's one of us.
One of you. I'm not one of him. That's for damn fucking sure.
You are though. It's Brady, man.
There's train tracks.
I don't know. I like Brady a lot more. He won me over a little bit. It's not just because of the shot.
No, definitely. I'm not a big Brady guy myself. But he definitely won me over a little bit more, for sure. Especially because a guy like Peyton's just been fucking killing it, and I think Brady could thrive in a retirement world.
I think he could too, bro.
I think he should have just not gone to Tampa Bay and just fucking chilled.
Yeah, go to Pebble. Go to what's it called?
Yeah, start
get on the chain, dude. You're not gonna get better at competing in tournaments unless you play in more tournaments. Look at Ray Allen, dude. Look, he shines, bro. He crept up and he played a lot of now. There's a million golfers, the pitchers and basketball players and hockey players that are now golfers, and they're getting better and better.
Yeah.
Jump on board.
Well,
and did you see, by the way, ESPN put a little article about their dream team for the next match?
Oh, really? What'd they say?
I mean, dude, the possibilities are endless.
They are.
They highlighted it with Jordan, and you know what?
Is it always going to be Tiger and Phil?
Nah, I mean the
That'd be-
possibilities
That would
are
be
endless.
great though if it was, because it would always be like Arnie and Jack. It's like their thing.
You're right, and just different celebrities every time.
Yeah, dude. It's like a separate little clan
Shell's
base, dude.
wonderful world of golf.
It's the new thing.
Dude, bring it.
It's
Bring
the
it
new
like the
thing, dude.
wind is being brought in right now outside your garage.
Because when this shit's over with, they can start playing for some big pots, man.
They can.
Little donations on the side, play for a big 10 mil.
Or if this shit doesn't end, at least they could keep pumping charity money in. That's good
Yeah.
enough, right?
I guess so.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I'm sure Phil could disagree.
Yeah.
But
That's
what I was gonna kind of digress into though, is a show that I watched. One of the guys ended up getting invited to a pro-am, and he won this lottery thing. And so they always kind of vouch like, hey, I'd caddy for you and this and that. So for one, I say we should probably state it here now that if you ever get in a pro-am, I'm your caddy.
Oh yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
Yeah.
I know there's a big line for each of us, but under the circumstances, this is how it has to be. Sorry, everybody else. But it could happen. It happened for them. They're just a couple guys that started a show and they worked their way up just like we did. And by chance, they won this lottery and they got in it. And one of them caddied for the other. And it was a big thing, dude.
So you're saying there's a chance?
I'm saying there's a chance.
Wow.
Huge chance.
I mean,
But, dude, I wouldn't even, like, I don't know what would be better, being able to caddy for somebody in a tournament like that or playing in the tournament
oh
itself.
man. Honestly,
I don't know what I could
I'm on board with that statement because caddying would be just as fun, just as awesome and
How
exciting.
deep.
Yeah.
The pros and the other celebs would just be like, these guys are fucking weird, dude.
Yeah. But if I got
we'd be killing
if I
Pebble.
won that lottery and you were my caddy, dream, that's perfect right there.
Oh, and
dude.
if we got to play the Pebble Beach Pro-Am, it'd be over, dude. We know that course so well.
Yeah, and you will actually earn your fucking 10%, won't you? You will work like you will help, and this comes natural. Like that's why it works out because you. What is it? What did we say the other day? I get everybody into golf, and you fix their swing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the pusher man. I love the pusher man,
Yeah.
dude. I'm just like, here's your first round's free, man, dude.
Yeah.
Come on in, bro.
Here's some
Try
clubs.
it. Oh, how'd that feel?
Here's some clubs.
How'd that feel when you hit that driver? It's good, huh?
You want a heat? You need a beer?
Yeah, you need anything, bro?
Here's my
Hey,
pitching wedge. Take it.
I'm
You
your
can
guy.
have it.
Hey, here's my pager
I'm gonna
number.
snap it anyway.
Here's
But dude, because because you said something like, hey, if I was in that thing, I'd be scared just because I like to go for it sometimes. But I already had an image of you on 14 and me just being like, just rip it, dude, and you just missing it and just fucking coming unglued right there in the middle of the pro-am, dude.
no.
Man,
Throw the
Patrons
club.
ducking.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, man,
F-bombs.
That'd be
People are
dope.
duck diving. Just think of the possibilities.
it's easy to judge though. I mean that's a highly competitive atmosphere. I mean, it's easy to say that. I'd like to think that it wouldn't be a big deal. We've played for hundreds of people, thousands, if you will. You
Yeah,
know what
we
I mean?
have played for a lot of people. Yeah, I don't mind pressure. I don't know. I don't mind pressure. I love pressure. Pressure's fun, man. It'll either bring out the best and it'll bring out the worst. But as long as you're, willing to just accept either one of those.
You know what's kind of sick to hear, and this is all relevant. It's probably easier to play slims, or it's probably harder to play slims for me to a packed house, which we've done,
Yeah.
than Pebble. Pebble to me would be easier as far as crowds go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a different scenario. It's like something that doesn't bother me. I'm not worried about that.
I don't know, man.
Plus, we've
Honestly,
been around the atmosphere. Some celebs have never even been on a golf course when we do this shit sometimes.
The
or
thing
that
is
type of
that
atmosphere.
you got to give a lot of credit to is that when you know that there are at least in that given green or in that section where you're hitting a ball at a pack, let's say you're playing with, I mean, even if you're just playing with a random dude, at least there's 20 or 30 people watching you. But if you're playing with a big name, there are like hundreds of people, maybe like, three or 400 people like in a section in an area that could see you.
Yeah.
And knowing that if you hit a shitty shot, they're all going to go, oh.
Yeah.
Like, you think about that before you hit the shot, right before you hit the shot, I could see how, even if you're a single digit handicapper, it's like impossible to hit a good shot because you just put way too much. You just can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't do that. You have to go up to every shot
Yeah.
and just hit it with confidence. Like, and that's why I do give credit to like some of the guys like Smoltz and, you know, Justin Timberlake and obviously you know, Bill Murray that one year with DA points and guys that like that put it together and compete for an entire weekend.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, and it's tough too, man. Like, you know, a lot of the guys, whether you're a celebrity or not, are just like us. They got things they got to do, and they just end up picking up. You know, oh, that's right. I got the pro-am coming up in next month. I better get to the range.
Better start practicing.
And then they just for a month go balls.
Yeah.
Just like we would, you know, and then you go play.
It's true, man. I'm sure dudes have been on movie sets trying to hit the range, knowing Pebble's coming up.
Yeah.
At the studio, trying to see if there's a course they could go play 9 at before they got to go do Pebble. Dudes in like important business meetings, flying to freaking China, like, nah, I gotta hit the range.
Yeah. Oh, you see it.
Oh, those CEOs, dude, that's the best day of their life every single year. All those company owners that are like, you know, decent golfers that get to go play Pebble in the Pro-Am because they paid their way in because they can. Best day ever.
So,
why do we always talk about Pebble? Anyway,
moving on. But that is a great thought, and I'm glad we said that on live on the air, and I hope that does happen soon. But
yeah,
I was talking to my boss today at work, and we've been going back and forth about this for some time now. I think we're going to get a golf tournament together for the industry, but obviously all more the merrier. So all the friends are going to be involved. So yeah, we might get that going together soon.
Wait, does he realize how much potential heat you could bring if friends get involved? Like, how many people you want in this tournament?
I mean,
just relapse.
Well, I mean, there's gonna
can't
be.
Blow it up.
Well, no, it's gonna be like, you know, you're gonna see some corporate people there.
Yeah.
You know, it'll be kind of a big thing. It'll all be like corporate industry, vendors and stuff like that in our industry. And then and then the friends and stuff. So I mean, we can't tear it up, especially being an organizer.
Yeah.
And I hate when I go. Bless his heart, but I do this one tournament. I won't even mention it all, but I love it. It's a fun ass tournament every year. But the guy that runs it gets fucking hammered, dude. Right? And they're always waiting for him to like do a speech. And it's funny because every year they're like the guys will be waiting to serve the food, and they just stand there waiting for the guy to like come in and say like, all right, let's do this. But he's just outside talking because he's hella drunk and he's just like blah 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 blah. So like someone will be like, yeah, let's do some food, and then like they'll all sneak up and go, and it takes forever to get out of there. But anyway,
tournaments.
That'd be fun. That'd be fun to get together. Now it's just where do we do it?
Yeah.
I think right now Spring Valley is on the table. De La.
Well, I mean the golf industry is thriving. See that thing that Mickey Miller sent us, that little article from the golf magazine, but it really, I mean, they're projecting a massive surge in industry growth just because of golf. And I could tell you, man, we'll talk about our rounds. We got to talk about our round at Santa Teresa a couple days ago, but my round yesterday was a hodgepodge, like motley group of people on the course. And I saw some of the most gnarly, sorry for the lack of excuse of a bad term or whatever, but just shitty golfers out there. Yeah, wow. And it makes me wonder. I think golf is gonna have people coming out of the woodworks on showing up to golf courses because.
You think so?
Yeah, because.
Seems like there's eventually less people out are there now.
No, man, no. I mean, out of the like 4 rounds,
we played
4 or
Santa
5
Teresa
rounds
in 4 hours.
Okay. What you witnessed at Santa Teresa the other day, that was bizarre, man. We had that chunk in front of us where it was slow. And we were slow because we were walking.
That was a typical random Wednesday, though.
Yeah, that was actually just regular, normal. That's the way it should be. You just find that
on a Wednesday, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I've seen worse. And bro, yesterday pretty much took the cake, man. Just wow. Because, I mean, there's nothing else to
Crystal
do.
Springs, yeah.
But golf is one of those things that you can do. So people that normally playing baseball right now or doing, mountain bikers and cyclists, and they're cool. But every other sport has been affected by COVID, except golf now.
Okay, so we're coming up with the turn. I want to get into this yesterday at Crystal Springs, because
boy.
you have an amazing day of this. But
I don't know if amazing is the right word.
You bring up an interesting thing that I was thinking about on a ride the other day. I was like, man, because I see people rush into the bike stores, and everyone's buying a bike. Whole family's getting fitted for a bike. I just needed something the other day, and I just noticed all this stuff, and it's just fucking crazy, right? And I'm just like, how many of these poor brand new bikes and poor brand new roller skates and this or that are just gonna get tucked in the closet when this shit gets over with? You know what I mean?
It's true.
People's new podcasts that they put out because they're like, oh, it's COVID. I'm gonna try to be a TikTok star or do a podcast.
Well, for the record, we were rocking before COVID hit.
Yeah, way before.
Way before. How long has it been now?
It's actually been
of the year.
I actually was, good thing we told an amazing story our first show, because that's pretty much pinpointed it. We started pretty much the new year, January New Year.
Yeah, that's right. A couple weeks after.
Couple weeks, because the first story was the story of our New Year's Day golf.
2020 has been nothing short of dynamic. Let's just say that. It's been crazy. Good things have happened.
Yeah.
But then it's been kind of covered by just weird new life.
Well, and amongst all the drama and the shelter in place and police killing people still, now there's like a fucking windstorm out of nowhere. It was 90-something degrees yesterday. I had a little tent canopy over the kiddie pool. Get home from work today. It's, hanging in a freaking wire trying to get over the neighbor's house.
It's weird, man. What is wrong?
Raining, 90 degrees. Raining, windy, 90 degrees.
It's crazy. We're gonna have an earthquake while there's riots going on.
That'll settle everybody down, right?
Man, yeah.
I know, right? We're doing this, and meanwhile, downtown San Jose is getting primed up for some action tonight.
Honestly, you know what? I don't doubt it at all. And we're not gonna. We don't want to toe too much on being political, but this is not a political thing. This is just some guy who was videotaped murdering another dude who's hopefully going to go to jail. And I'm sorry, in my opinion, 3rd-degree murder, that's bullshit. I think all those cops should get accessory to murder, and he should go to jail for 1st degree.
At least the little Asian guy next to him, he should definitely.
Something needs to happen.
He just sat there and watched.
Yeah,
and
we'll leave it at that. But something needs to happen.
When I do say what I said, I do mean that kind of disrespectfully, yet respectfully. I do have family in law enforcement, so I don't want to not disrespecting anybody, but I do speak the truth, and that's what's on my mind about that. And it's a real life situation, so it's just no reason to be sugarcoating what's going on.
In regards to that, man, every group has extremely bad apples, and it just so happens that there's too many bad apples in certain groups sometimes.
Yeah.
And the exposure rate becomes just like horrible to watch. And right now it's very difficult to struggle with that, and it's difficult to see the reaction in certain like cases and in certain places and from different people. But it's really bad, man, and it's seemingly not getting better. And this guy is going to ultimately pay hopefully as much as he possibly can. He needs to go through the ringer, and anybody who made it possible. It's just atrocious what happened. Magic Carpath Ride does not condone this fucking police brutality we see. And I know cops, bro. I know a lot of good cops, a lot of good guys. I worked with a lot of cops in my last job, and you know what? They're good guys. And it obviously it doesn't mean that everybody is, but the guys who are bad. This dude fucking had a Make White's Great hat on. Did you see that picture?
Yeah, I seen it.
This fool's he needs to go down.
Nice.
And he had 40 different incidents where he was basically crossing the line with his behavior. How do you even let? I'm sorry, dude. And this is Minneapolis. We're not talking like,
somewhere where you expect it more than Minneapolis.
State here on the line. State.
Well, I know me and you
That's crazy.
could take this shit all the way down with that.
Yeah, we could go, but
so we should definitely hit the clubhouse on the turn here, and we'll get into some more stuff. Definitely, we can let some of that steam off on the people you played with yesterday at Crystal Springs. All right.
Yeah. I'll take the anger out on them. They just.
So anyway, man, Crystal Springs in beautiful Burlingame. It's in Burlingame, California.
Yeah.
Because there's a Crystal Springs in New Jersey, which we mentioned before.
No,
anyway.
Crystal Springs and Burlingame. Me and my boy John Dujmovic from Thrasher.
Is he a fellow Serb?
He might, dude. I don't know.
Huh.
I'll ask him.
Anyway.
Should I text him? Hey, bro.
Yeah.
Are you a Serb?
Are you fellow Serb?
Are you a fellow Serb?
You a fellow Slav?
Inquiring minds want to know
Yeah.
your Slavic background. I mean, there's a bunch of J's and C's in there, so there's a
an
chance.
itch. If there's an itch in there,
there's an itch.
might be related.
The Serb scratch. He played up from some forward tees, and we got paired with this group. Bless their hearts, they were the sweet. I want to preface this by saying,
oh wow,
they were the sweetest of people. Father
Wow.
and son duo.
They weren't assholes.
Nicest guys ever, man.
Wow. Okay. This is
Not
the
assholes.
story's super intriguing.
You need to know this, but they were most likely in my 20 years of golfing or whatever it's been, the worst golfers that I have ever been paired with.
Whoa.
And it was, bro, I can't even tell you, man. It was extremely difficult to see. We're talking about this dude advancing his ball about 60 yards maybe every shot.
Oh.
Like 6 shots in a row trying to get up to the green. It was comical. John and I were looking
Both
at
of
each
them?
other like both. Well, the son had a little bit more game, and every once in a while they'd pull off a decent shot, right?
Yeah.
But for the most part, and it was even worse because from hole one, son was asking me, "Should I go?" I'm like, "Yeah, go." And then he'd hit another shot, and he'd be like, "Should I go?" I'm like, when it was like we're all waiting for him, and he's asking me. I felt like I was his golf coach. After the second hole, he's asking me what to do.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm gonna try to be nice and help the guy. And again, I want to stress that they were like just nice people. You want to but they had no business being out on a golf course, man. And maybe a 9-hole or something like that, but. And the guy later told me that it's baseball season and his son can't play baseball, so they just decided to golf, which is why I was even saying earlier.
Yeah.
That might be happening.
As soon as you started the topic, I was like, oh, okay.
It's
Explains
the only
everything.
thing you could do, and I caught the sense that these fools haven't golfed in a long time. They're like, you know what? We
Let's
can't
pull the
do
sticks
anything
out,
else. Let's pull the sticks out. Let's do it. Father and son. It was a sweet, they just, man, and it ruined it. It kind of ruined it, bro. Like, the vibes, you can never get into a zone with somebody hitting. They were stacking up like 11s on every hole. I'm not even fucking kidding you.
And
it was crazy.
And it's not to be rude and not to take anybody away from trying to play the game. But I have mentioned this before. This does happen sometimes, and it's just like, you shouldn't.
I tried to help, and I even told him a couple times. One time, the kid, I hit my drive from the tips, and John's playing up even past and they're playing. The kid tried to tee off at the tips with me, and I had to tell him like, "Hey, you should probably go play up from the junior tees."
How old was the kid?
He's probably like 15 or something, and the kid was better than Pops. The kid ran into a couple and actually pounded it out there, but. They were waiting sometimes, and they'd park the cart and walk all the way across the fairway.
Yeah.
And I told them, hey, you could drive all over the course, and they still didn't. And I'm like, man, I don't know what to do right now.
That's tough. I've been in that situation a couple times, and especially when you have to be kind of nice. And then one of them kind of hooks to you, and you're just like, oh, fuck.
And this is following the smoothest, most idealistic, perfect round ever. Best round of the year for me. I shot my best round at Santa Teresa the day before when you and I and Mason and Tim got out, which was glorious. I did a back-to-backer, bro, 2 in a row. And, following up a birdie. What happens when the amateur golfer gets a birdie? He bogeys the next hole. It's just what happens, for the most part. And that's how those rounds felt like. But, jeez.
That was fun. To be honest, I didn't even notice that you were playing that well. I don't even remember you getting 2 birdies in a row. I think a lot of that attributed to walking.
Sure didn't attribute to the fact that both of those birdies probably wouldn't have been birdies if it wasn't cup out.
Yeah.
Actually,
One of them at least.
at least one of them.
The second
yeah.
one I saw and I was like,
Yeah, that one on the signature hole on number
Yeah.
12 was pure. That was the best hole.
yeah. There was a lot of pure
day
foam
to
shots
me.
for sure,
Yeah, there were.
but there were some questionable ones. So.
Yeah, we even had an interesting occurrence because at Santa Teresa, they have the cup raised for most of the holes, but for a select few, they had a thinner piece of PVC pipe
Yeah.
raised up. So I had an instance where I rolled it right over the hole, bounced on the foam, but it didn't hit the thinner PVC. Or it may actually have, but it was too hard to tell.
It was good. Whatever.
It was good, but I had to call the pro shop
Yeah.
just because there were doubters, and and I had to call the pro
Come
shop
on.
and say, hey, let me just clarify this situation. And he said, yeah, if it touches, even if it's not the foam, if it touches like any fucking area of the hole, it counts. And it's a bizarre way to play. So my grade score was, I mean, I hit the ball well, so I feel good about it, but it doesn't feel as good as it would if every single 18 of those holes had a ball falling into the hole and staying in there.
Yeah.
It's just, there's, and I'll tell you that at Crystal Springs, at least they had that going for them. Crystal Springs had a really thin piece of foam on the very bottom, so the ball would actually fall in the hole and stay
That's
in
the
there.
best.
It
See,
never happened once where it hit the foam and bounced out. It stayed in every
I would
time.
go to Crystal Springs just for that.
Yeah, it was
You know what I
actually
mean? And
quite
I heard
nice.
I heard Cinnabar has that. A lot of the higher end courses have that.
But it's not the same. It's not the same. And I know that we talked about having the pin in for the last 2 years and how it's not the same because we don't hear the sound anymore.
Now you really don't hear the fucking sound.
Now you don't hear anything. Now it's just like this phantom like hum. Wha? I don't.
Sad times.
But and tell you this, Santa Teresa is in far better shape than Crystal Springs. That course is
Man,
is
Santa Teresa was fun. I'll tell you what, it was so fun, and I didn't shoot all that well, but dude, I wanted to go back the next day.
I know.
That's how fun it was. Like I just wanted to taste that course again.
I wish I could have went back to Santa Teresa the next day.
I was walking through the fairway, just like this is nice. Like,
It wasn't that course. Free plug. Shout out to Santa Teresa.
Yeah.
Out there on Bernal or
Benell and 85 101 interchange.
and Santa Teresa Boulevard. But it is a good conditioned course right now.
Yeah.
Coming back from COVID, it's the best. I mean, like I didn't have a bad lie all day.
They had a guy mowing every day, dude.
At Crystal Springs, bro, I didn't think I had a good one unless I was in the fairway. When I was in the rough, I had shitty lies all day.
Now Santa Teresa does have some forgiving areas
Yeah.
that are like you should kind of be penalized, but you do, but they're not that bad.
You know
You
what?
get a clean shot.
You know what this tells me, man? You know where we
Definitely
need to play
mean by.
next? Spring Valley. And here's why. Santa Teresa and Spring Valley have one thing in common.
They're beautiful.
They're parks. So when you walk in and you pay your dues, you are paying admission to a county park. So you get to play free replay. That's that one thing you know that about, Santa
Yeah,
Teresa.
I did not know that.
Oh, you did not? Well, that is. Because that's an actual, it's the, whatever, that Quicksilver Park range or whatever.
That's good. To know.
So the thing about that is, they probably were keeping up the maintenance on that.
Oh, for sure.
I'm starting
Most,
to think.
like Muni, like what the guy say at Muni. Oh, you weren't there. The guy at Muni the other day was like, "Yeah, man, the lawn's not gonna mow itself." Basically, like
Yeah.
I've been out here working.
And my coworker who lives near Silver Creek, which is Silver Creek Country Club, he drives by it every day on his way to work, and I need to ask him. He's been out on vacation, but I need to ask him if he's seen it recently. But a couple of weeks ago, he was like, "Yeah, it's depressing. I drive by there, and it's just they haven't mowed it once, and it just looks like because golf courses, if you let them go quickly, they can." And that course privately owned. I mean, nobody touched it.
Yeah.
So maybe it's operational and functional now that the whole Iron Curtain has been lifted, but
We shall see.
we shall see, man.
Well, yeah. Well, man. Nonetheless, it's been super fun getting out there again.
God, those are fun rides.
I will say, and I was thinking about it today on my ride home. Like, I'm definitely what you said today scares me because that was my fears as are people coming out to courses that normally wouldn't.
Yeah.
And kind of clogging. I think the past 2 times I've played, granted they've been on Wednesday, have been very pleasurable. Like, dude, very smooth,
Oh.
very quick rounds, walking both times.
Yeah.
Big courses, not little guys. Munis though, so nothing too.
But really, man, you are fortunate because you only played these 2 rounds since, right? It was just Muni and Santa Teresa.
Yeah.
Those rounds were perfect, bro.
Yeah, beautiful days, beautiful scenarios. Courses are in great shape,
and it's fun too because for the most part, you and Mace are at that, right there. Tim and I are usually right there. We need to do more team competitions. We need to go team relapse against.
Yeah,
team
or Browns versus Whites or whatever.
Yeah, we got to do one of those.
Yeah, just like match play on the side.
Yeah,
as a team.
We have to.
All right.
More gambling.
Yeah, because that was fun, man.
That was fun.
God, dude, I can't. Man, yeah, I just can't express it enough. That was so fun. I want to walk another. I want to go golfing tomorrow morning.
Golf is so fun, and remember, like let's state that our round the other day was Wednesday, a couple days ago. Let's not forget that it was 97 degrees when we teed off.
It was hot.
It cooled off right because we teed off
on like 16.
Seriously. I mean, maybe a little sooner than that, but for the most part, no, dude. That front 9 was
it was pretty
bad. Hot, and we walked it. We all walked it. Mason and I got a cart on the back 9. Best decision ever. All I know is that on the front 9, I was 6 over. On the back 9, I got a cart, shot 1 under. Best decision I ever made, getting that cart.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, you broke a little record there.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
Golf.
I hope everybody else is enjoying it too. Well, let's get out of here then.
Let's get out of here. I got a couple of shout outs to say.
Do you?
It's a this date, bro. We need to give a this date. First of all, we got a few birthdays of the week. Just got to give the birthday shout outs, bro.
All right.
Got to recognize the peoples. Couple of Garys on the birthday shouts.
Okay.
We got the May 21st, Gary Woodland turned 36. May 23rd, Gary McCord.
Yeah.
Turned 68. And his mustache probably turned 37.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
47, dude.
something like that. And then the 27th, a couple days ago, the great Sam Snead.
Nice.
The great Slammin' Sammy. 82 wins. Sam Snead.
Slammin' Sammy, dude. I like that.
And I got to bring up Sammy again in another Tiger-based thing because I don't know if you caught that. You did a little paid homage to Tiger, man.
The Magic Car Path Ride
this day
post was lit today.
3 years ago on this very day, Tiger Woods was arrested in Jupiter, Florida with a DUI. And at that point, well, actually a few months after that point, in December of 2017, Tiger Woods, the greatest golfer of all time, was 1,199 on the world golf rankings. I mean, that's just like, if you never could have said that could have happened.
That was the year Michael Geller made more money than Tiger Woods.
Ew, dude.
Isn't that weird?
Wow. Pat Martino's like, so did I. I meant Steve Marino, but Pat Martino too, probably.
Marino.
So, what's incredible is though, in 2.5 years, this fool comes back strong, gets this surgery, the back. You're like, is the back ever going to be fixed again?
Oh man.
He gets the scientific, adamantium fusion surgery, and turns into half mortal, half immortal. And now he comes back. He wins the Tour Championship. I'll tell you one thing I didn't like from the Tour Championship: the black undershirt under the red polo.
Uh-huh.
And y'all might be just like, "What the fuck did you just say?" And it's true, but Tiger never did that before. What's with the undershirt? Anyways,
who cares? Got him a championship.
That's just my commentary on the side. And then he wins the fucking Masters, dude. We saw it 20 yards away from where we're standing right now. It was beautiful.
It was.
And then he wins the Zozo Championship to finally pass Sam Snead as the ultimate winner, the winningest golfer in the history of PGA Tour.
Let's go.
He's go. And with that, I bid you farewell, my good friend.
Head down, everybody.
And good vibes.